Been teachers in the Buckeye Local School District. What was your favorite part about being a teacher in Buckeye Local?
My favorite part are the students. I love being with the students, interacting with the students, and I was on the junior high level for 20 some years before I became guidance counselor, so that's my favorite part.
Okay. How about you, Mrs. Quino? What was your favorite part about teaching in Buckeye Local?
Obviously the students as well. I had a great rapport with them, and you get to know them on a different level when you're a teacher, so seeing them every day, so I very much enjoyed that. And also the staff, just because I was a new teacher coming here and they all welcomed me and helped guide me, and I had great mentors to get me to where I am today.
All right. If you could thank one teacher from your past, who would it be?
I had several. Probably my favorite would be Mrs. Sweeney and Mrs. Klosser. They're no longer here. But I had a great rapport with both of them. I was the president of my class and they were our advisor, so I worked with them for 4 years. So I would say both of them.
All right. Mrs. Quino?
There's so many to name, but it's ironic. I believe that Mrs. Basinger was my high school teacher her first year out of college, and I ended up going to school to be a biology teacher, which wasn't the path that I planned when I graduated from high school, and then I ended up at my alma mater, so I do have to give a shout out to her just because of the full cycle that it created.
All right. Well, thank you very much. So, Ms. Winsheimer, we're in a unique position where not only do we work at Buckeye Local, but we also attended Buckeye Local. Was there any teacher that made an impact on your life while you were here?
I would say that there are two teachers that come to mind. My fifth grade teacher, Mrs. Brenda Barbarossa, and my junior high volleyball coach, Dee Flint. Both of them they make you believe in yourself. They make you believe that you can become anything, achieve anything, and to be back here at Buckeye Local working would have never been something that I thought I could do without those two people.
All right. If you could say one thing to him, what would you say?
Just thank you for the impact that you've made on my life and the lives of many others.
So, Mr. Parsons, how do you feel about being back to Buckeye Local?
I think it was a dream come true to come back to the place I think made me the man I am today. The thing I was worried about the most coming back was that I was going to be a principal to some of the teachers that taught me in high school, and I can be honest, those are the teachers that connected with me the most when I first got here. I had Mrs. Basinger when I was in high school. I had Mrs. Boyce. My favorite teacher of all time was Mrs. B. A lot of you don't know who she was. She retired and passed away. But she's the reason I became an English teacher. And I'm still in contact with my class advisor, Mr. Coach Baker, who has influenced me in ways that you'll never understand. So if you ever see this video, I would like to say thank you to him as well. I want to say thank you to the entire teaching staff at Buckeye Local High School. I really do believe that's what makes us stand out from all the other schools. Our teaching staff goes above and beyond for our students every day, and I couldn't be happier to be on the end. Who's your favorite teacher at Buckeye Local?
Favorite teacher? Probably Senora Seuss.
All right. Why is that?
I feel like she helps the kids a lot, and her teaching isn't hard to understand. So if you're struggling in that class, she can always help you a different way. But I guess that's the same with a lot of the teachers here. Mr. Merrill's like that too. He's probably my second favorite teacher.
So if you could say one thing to him, what would you say?
Probably thank you for helping me throughout high school, because a lot of my freshman year I wasn't matured yet, and when I got into his class it helped me set a foundation for my future.
When you are.
Okay. I want to thank Ms. Ziegler for coming into class every day with such a positive attitude, because it sets a positive tone for the rest of my day. So thank you.
All right. Is there any teacher in the building that's made an impact on your life?
I got two of them.
All right. Who are they?
Miss Lawson and Miss Rowe.
Mr. Lawson and Mrs. Rowe. If you could say one thing to them, what would you say?
Thank you for everything you have told me to do in my life.
All right.
Hi, I would like to give a thank you to Mrs. Glover. You've impacted my life greatly over these past 4 years being a teacher and coach, and I'll forever be grateful for what you did. Thank you.
I picked Miss Basinger because she always cares about me and all her students, and she's always a shoulder that you can cry on, and there's never a way you can fail in class because she always makes you pass, and just try your best in class.
I want to thank Mr. Weiss for always making me laugh and helping me just, I don't know.
So what's your favorite part about Mr. Weiss's class?
I like his teaching style.
Okay. Are you, if you had one thing, if you could tell him one thing before you leave, what would it be?
That he's a really good teacher.
All right, perfect. Ready.
I'm not going to pick one teacher. I would just like to thank all teachers for helping me get to where I am today.
Has there been any teachers at Buckeye Local that have made an impact on you this year?
And Mr. Weiss for sure.
Mr. Weiss and Glover.
All right.
Probably Glover, honestly.
If you could say one thing to him, what would you say?
I'd say,
But they're great teachers.
yeah, thank you for helping us throughout the year, making it really involved.
I love Miss Glover. She gives a little too much homework. Just a little bit.
All right.
Mr. Weiss's teaching definitely helped on the state test a lot that we just took.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Jeff. All right. So, is there any teacher at Buckeye Local that's made an impact on your life?
Yeah, really, when I was 5th grade, I had Miss Call over at West Elementary. I used to get, I remember C's and that all the way up in there. And when I hit her reading class, it changed my whole grade path and everything. I started getting A's, and it just really made a switch for me.
All right. If you could say one thing to her, what would you say?
Honestly, I just like to say thank you, because I mean, it just took me down a whole different path, and now I'm getting good grades, and I just really want to thank her.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me ask you this. Why are you choosing Mr. Simkowski?
Because that's the class that I learned most in.
Okay. What class is that?
History.
History. And what's your favorite part of being in Mr. Simkowski's class?
He makes teaching very fun, and just,
No, so far so good. If you could say one thing to him, what would you want to say?
thank you for being such a great teacher, and I'm definitely going to miss you, and I'm definitely going to miss your class a lot.
All right. Ready when you are.
The teacher that I pick is Mrs. Smurella because she has always been there for me and helped me through the darkest times of my life. So I just wanted to say thank you for all that you've done for me inside and outside of the classroom.
Ready when you are.
Thank you, Mr. Davis, for being the kindest teacher I've ever met, and for always being there, no matter what.
Hi. I would like to thank Miss Sulston for being cool to me. That was like 7th grade. It was like 6 years ago, but I still remember all the cool stuff you did for me. That was, a really tough part of my life, but thank you for being there.
Rancho, what's your favorite thing at Buckeye Local?
Probably the teachers, mostly. A lot of them really nice. They always help a lot of the other people. Like Miss Shaheen, for instance. I had a problem this morning, went to her, talked about it, and she gave me some advice, so I really appreciate the teachers here.
All right. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Ready when you are.
I would like to thank Mrs. Abramovich for bringing me out of my shell and making me believe in myself and my dreams.
All right. Well, tell me about a teacher or coach that's impacted your life.
I was in 8th grade. I had Miss Marconi, a science teacher, and I'd never liked science. Like, all through elementary, it was not my favorite. I got good grades, but it just wasn't fun.
Yep, the first time I said it.
And I hit her class, and it just, it changed how I saw the subject and all the work. It didn't seem like work. It was enjoyable, and I miss it.
If you could say one thing to her, what would you say?
Thank you for everything, and I miss your class because it's a lot different now.
All right. Perfect. Thank you. What do you remember about Mrs. Flint the most?
I don't know. She's changed my outlook on life.
So how did she change your outlook on life?
She never really let me give up. Like even at the worst times, she was always there. So I don't
Say thank you, Mrs. Flint.
That's it?
Yeah. Because I'm gonna use our conversation, and then. Mhm. That was a good answer.
So just thank you, Mrs.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mrs. Flint.
Hey, Coach Otto, I just want to thank you for being there for me and motivating me and for all you do for the school. Good?
Perfect. So, is there any teacher that you've had during your high school career that has made an impact on your life?
Miss Rowe.
Mrs. Rowe?
Yes.
All right. If you could say one thing to her, what would you say?
I'm thankful for her.
Okay. Perfect. That's all I needed. Ready when you are.
Okay. I'm doing Mr. Waste because he not only changed my outlook on my career, but he also changed my outlook on life. And I'm just thankful for him.
We're just saying our teachers. You say, I choose Mr. You say, I'll say, I choose Mr. White's my reason. You choose whoever agrees.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Is that enough?
That's enough.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Right now?
Wait.
Okay. Wait, I'll say 3, 2, 1. Okay. 3, 2, 1. I chose Mr. Weiss because he really cares about his students and he's my favorite teacher.
I chose Miss Shaheen because she always goes above and beyond for all of her students.
All right. Perfect. Thank you. I just want to ask you, is there any teacher that's made an impact on your life at Buckeye Local High School? Or
Probably
coach? It doesn't
Matt
matter.
Spencer. Miss Shaheen.
All right. Tell me, what about them did you like?
Well, pretty much talked to her about anything that's going on in my life.
Okay.
Matt's kind of like me, so he's pretty cool.
All right. If you could say something to one of the teachers or say thank you, what would you say?
Come back to Buckeye. Keep doing what you're doing.
All right. All right. Thank you, guys.
Yup.
I want to thank Mr. Merrill because he's really impacted my life in the past couple years. Hold on, I gotta restart. I
You're
forgot
fine.
what I said. I had it really good last time, but now I forget.
I know. Good. Take your time.
I want to thank Mr. Merrill for everything he's done for me, letting me come in his room and rant to him anytime that I needed to, giving me so much life advice and torturing me with math because I know it'll help me in the future and with college.
Thank you, Mr. Favory, for everything you've done for me, and also thank you for teaching me how to not burn my house down.
I want to thank Mrs. Bullock because she's taught me how to see the latest, darkest situations in the latest way, and I'm glad I got to meet her before she retired.
Mr. Davis, for making my high school years way better. You're an amazing teacher and an amazing person. Thank you.
Hey, Ms. Amos, thank you for the gifts and supporting me throughout my wrestling career and having a class.
I choose Mrs. Basinger and Mrs. Bullock because they are always there when I need them to talk to, and they make me feel like a person. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. It does.
It does?
Yeah, you want me to ask you a
No,
few
I
questions?
need to redo it.
Okay, redo it.
What makes more sense?
Well, let me ask you this. So, if you could tell Mrs. Basinger one thing before you leave, what would you tell her?
Thank you for making me feel like a valid person and like understanding how I feel.
Okay. And the same question, if you got to see Mrs. Bullock again, what would you tell her?
Thank you for helping me through very hard times through high school.
I'm going to pick Mr. Risno because he always helped me succeed, and I think he's a very, very nice person. And I choose Senora Suze because she's trustworthy and a great teacher.
Thank you, Coach, for guiding me through basketball and school.
I would like to thank Mr. Rowe for
keeping us safe every single day we are here at school and raising spirits in the hallway and always being a great role model.
I just want to thank Mr. Parsons for being one of the coolest principals I've ever had. That's all.
Hello, Mrs. Bullock. It's me. I just want you to come here and I want you to personally thank you for everything that you've done for me. Your classes from student psychology have been very important to me and I appreciate all the work that you've done for me. Thank you.
I want to say thank you, Mr. Merrill. I've had you 3 out of my 4 years of my high school career. You definitely guided me in the right direction. I just want to say thank you.
I just want to thank you, Ms. Carter, for everything that you've done for me in the classroom and out of the classroom. You've just been a big part of my life, so I want to thank you for that.
Thank you, Mr. Stevens, for pausing the band as they went by my mom's funeral. Meant a lot to me.
Okay. Gracias, Senora Sus, for making your class so much fun. I can tell that you put so much effort into it, and you make me want to study abroad while I'm in college.
Go ahead.
I would just like to thank Mrs. Pinapucci and Mr. Burson. Without them, I wouldn't be the writer that I am today.
Mr. Weiss, I just wanted to say thank you for being such a wonderful teacher. You made me want to take a class over again, which usually doesn't happen. So I just wanted to say thank you for teaching all of your students so much and making it very fun.
So, what teacher has made an impact in your life at Buckeye Local?
Mr. Fabry. I haven't had him as a teacher, but he's just always been there for me no matter what. I know I can count on him. And I honestly come here most of the time just so I can see him, and I know that he cares about me. So I know if I need someone for anything, I can go to him.
All right. If you could say one thing to him, what would you say?
I would say thank you for being like an uncle to me, I guess, like being like family. You really are just the best person I know.
Has there been any teachers at Buckeye Local that have made an impact on your life?
Yes, a lot of them. Senora Sus, definitely. Mr. Simkowski, Mr. Weiss, there's a good bit of them.
All right. If you could say something to him, what would you say?
Thank you for being an amazing teacher, everything. Like, they always make sure, like, I know what I'm doing. Like, they don't ever move on without making sure that everybody knows, like, everything. They're just, like, there for you.
All right. All right. What's your favorite part about Buckeye Local?
Buckeye Local. The teachers. The teachers are all really helpful, nice. They're willing to go out of their way to help their kids, and I find that the best part.
All right. If you could say something to one of the teachers that has helped you along the way, what would you say?
I'd thank them for all that they have done, and I can't really think off the top of my head what I would say, but I just thank them because, like I said, they go out of their way. I've had many teachers go out of their way just to help me when I've been in like dire times of needs throughout the school year. It's been a great opportunity to come to Buckeye throughout my entire life, and I'm just happy that I'm surrounded by great teachers.
All right. Thank you very much.
Hello. I would just like to take a moment and acknowledge one of the teachers in my high school that has really impacted my life and impacted many students around us, and that is Mrs. Carter. Mrs. Carter, she has been like a mother to me and like a friend to me, and that's really what teachers are all supposed to be, and I just would like to thank you.
Ready when you are.
My teacher for Teacher Appreciation Week is Heather Morrison because she has helped me through everything in life, not just in school, and she's like a second mother to me.
Ready when you are.
Okay. The teacher I would like to thank is Mr. Weiss. Mr. Weiss was my Bio 1 and Bio 2 teacher. He has truly been the best teacher I've had. Not only is he great in the classroom, he keeps his spirit and personality up and makes it fun to learn, but he is a great person and cares about us outside the classroom. He could teach anywhere, but he chooses to drive to Buckeye Local every single day. So I am so grateful for him and the way he has impacted my life. Thank you so much, Mr. Weiss.